Got a Saturn Ion. Got a Saturn Ion. What's happening? The key gets stuck in the ignition. Now the lady took the car back to the dealership. The dealership replaced the ignition switch twice. All right. Now she was like, you know what? They didn't fix the problem. I need this damn thing fixed. So I'm the person who normally works in a car, but being that the dealership contacted her about this issue about a recall, well, I understand. I guess it is something safety related. If you can't get your key out and get where you got to go, yeah, it can be a safety problem. But what's happening? It got to the point where she needed taken care of. So here I am. Here we all are. So I want to show you some patterns that I found out and why replacing the key cylinder didn't work, or from what I understand, the ignition switch didn't work. Um, so give me 1 second. All right, you're just gonna have to deal with the chime. If you can't, fuck on somewhere, huh? You don't need to be on my channel anyway. So, all right. So what's happening? You put the key in there. You turn the key. It don't come out, and it does it intermittently. I mean, you can stick the key in there all day, and it'll work perfectly fine. You have what you call a shift interlock down here, right there. And what happens if you see the pattern, when it's retracted all the way back in the zero position to pull the key out, the pintle is pulled out. Now there's a lever mechanism inside of there. Just make note of how it's key out. All right. Now it has to release when I'm in the off position though. Now if it's stuck out when I'm retracting the key back as I'm going back and it's still in that out position, it's not going to allow me to fully pull that key out. See if I can do it again. So it's out. I can't keep on going back till it's in, then I can go all the way back. All right. So again, if it's out when I'm trying to turn the car off, and simultaneously it will come to the out position, the lock position, when it's all the way in the off position. So off, it should be out. When going forward, it should go in. Okay. All right. So what's happening? At some point in time, this is staying stuck out when I'm trying to turn the car off. All right. So let me show you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to push the brake and release the gear selector here at the same time. I'm going to leave the brake on while I'm pressing the gear selector release. It's stuck. So now when I turn the key, it shouldn't come out. See? And it's just jumping around, going crazy. Now I'm going to play with the gear selector. And it came out. So as long as I play with the gear selector, it'll come out. I can play with the brake all day. You can hear the interlock gear selector working. Nothing changes. That shift interlock doesn't move. Now when I press the release here, it moves out and it's stuck. All right, so more than likely what had happened, there's probably some issues with the gear selector module. I'm not going to go into a complete diagnostic here as far as how to fix this, but I will tell you how to perform a permanent patch. All right, so what I'm going to do is simply just remove this shift interlock. There's 2 screws here. 1 and the bottom 2. So you can pull that out. Now I will say the only problem is, your key's not going to be, your key is not going to be locked. So yeah, it's a potential somebody could steal your car. Now as long as the people are aware of it, again, I mean, it's a patch. It's not a permanent fix. I am not fixing this car. It's just a patch. But for those who are out there and, you know, want something simple, easy, and free, just as all other YouTubers are on YouTube for, this is what it's going to be. So I can simply just remove the shifter interlock, lay it off to the side, and I'll show you. So actually, what I did, I thought of a better idea. If I take this out here, it's a possibility this lever could go forward and I'm not going to be able to get that key out. And I need to stay back that direction. So if it goes forward, you can't get the key out. And I don't want it to happen. This is a customer car. I don't want to get stuck. But if it's back, if it's down, it'll release. Again, forward is a no-no. Back is yes. That's good. So what I want to do, I'm going to take this spring here and put it in the other position. Like I said, I'm going to go from here and flip it around and go that way. So I'm just going to switch directions, and I'm going to make sure this lever is in its original place, but I'm going to put the spring on the opposite end. Oh, there you go. Don't forget this little washer, this O-ring. This little O-ring is getting on my nerves here. So that spring is going to look like that. I'm going to get a close up. I'm going to put these screws back. Alright, so I'm gonna leave this disconnected. You're not gonna have any check engine lights. So I'm just gonna tuck this in the back. Like I said, this is a permanent patch. It's not a permanent fix. I assume that the issue is gonna lie in this gear selector module. Let me test the key. Comes right on out. Keep on testing the key now. Comes right out, no problem. Gear selector's working. Foot is off the brake. It's not unlocking. It works now. Key still comes out. Like I said, there's just a safety issue there, but I mean, if somebody wants to steal a car, I'm pretty sure they'll probably know this stuff, I assume. But you know, I don't think we got to worry about anything. Car still starts up normal. There's a check engine light only because there's some other issues that need to be resolved, and it's not a check engine light related code. This probably would be more likely in the chassis body control module if there is a problem, but I highly doubt it, you know. So this is what it'll look like. Let's see if I can get it. is what it looks like with the, so this is what it looks like with the spring in place. That spring with the solenoid unhooked is going to keep constant pressure on that lever mechanism, push it back, so it'll always stay released. So that's a temporary permanent patch. That makes sense. Not for long term. If you want to fix it right. Gear selector module, your gear selector here, and there's probably an issue with the shaft in there that's causing whatever lever mechanism to send electronic communication or the highway system. There's probably an issue with that. So I mean, you could take this out, clean it up, and see what happens. But I think this is more cost effective than just pulling all that stuff out and cleaning the solenoid or either whatever electronic lever mechanisms inside of here that'll resolve whatever latch source that's getting stuck. I think it'll fix that. And I think maybe what's happening is just it's getting stuck to the point where it's causing the chatter or just barely send current, barely activate and deactivate. So this is my assumption. I don't know anything until I pull all that stuff off. But again, this is just more of a patch here. So it works fine. The gear selector still works normal. When you apply the brake, it releases. It's just now you're not going to have any issues pulling your key out. There's no communication problems when putting the key in there with the body control module trying to communicate with the vehicle or the immobilizer. There's no issues with the immobilizer system. So, and it works fine. So, all right, so on to the next one. Peace. Oh yeah, if there's any issue as a result of this repair, I will post an update, and that will require people to actually subscribe. So, sorry, if you really want to know more information about my repairs, you gotta bang that bell. So, do me that favor, subscribe.